Hey everybody, Chef Kimber back here cooking for you. I'm going to show you how to make gluten-free vegan baguettes with our baguette mold. So I'm making a French onion soup, making this baguette. I thought I'd get on here and show it to you. So I'm going to get started. I have warm water here. I'm going to leave the recipe in the comments. So if you want to make this yourself, look there. From here, we're going to add some maple. It's organic maple. Perfect. And then we're gonna go ahead and add our yeast. I have my recipe over here next to me just so I don't forget anything. So the yeast just needs something sweet to activate: maple, honey, coconut sugar, date sugar. Put that in. I'm just gonna kind of push it in. We don't wanna really stir it since it's a live organism. We wanna let it do its thing. We're gonna take that and just kind of put it out of the way for now. Cool. So from here, I have our brown rice flour and our arrowroot starch. You could use quinoa flour, you could use white rice flour, any starch, unmodified potato starch, tapioca, arrowroot is what we like to use. And then from there, I'm gonna go ahead and do 1/4 of a cup. This guy is actually 1/4 of a cup. Flax meal. Just make sure it's meal and not seeds. The meal is what's gonna bind really well. The seeds are not gonna bind as well. And they're gonna be a really awful texture if you do use those. So from there, we're gonna do our gargum. 2 teaspoons of gargum. If you like xanthan gum better, that's another option here. We have 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I make my baking powder with arrowroot starch, baking soda, and cream of tartar, so that is corn-free. And then we got our sea salt. So I'm just gonna stir that up really quickly just to make that all come together before we mix our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. And I love this recipe. The gluten-free recipes I make always turn out the density of a soft serve ice cream. So they're really quick, really easy. You don't have to knead anything. Ugh, the best. And they taste like bread, and they look like bread. So, from here, we're gonna find our apple cider vinegar, our olive oil. So, I'm gonna do avocado oil here. You could use olive, you could use melted coconut oil. And then for our vinegar, what do we need? 1 tablespoon. Boom. Perfect. Awesome. So we want these 3 items set up before we mix everything together. This is starting to really come together. It's starting to rise, so we know the water's warm enough. We do want to have the water around 100 degrees depending on if it's winter or summer. Winter, you probably want it about 5 to 10 degrees warmer if it's colder in the room. If it's summer and it's hot, again, you might want it, I don't know, 10 to 15 degrees colder depending on how hot it is in your house. So we're gonna dump that in. Got this guy next. And then we're just gonna mix it here. You could use a whisk if you want. I'm just gonna kind of fold it in first so we don't make a big mess. And it is gonna be just a little bit runnier in the beginning, but once the flax seeds and the gargum start to thicken up in here, it'll get really good. So a whisk would be a lot easier to get all these clumps out. You know, I'm just gonna do a whisk. Sometimes I don't need it, sometimes I do. Might be moist in the air here. So. All right, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and spray these molds. I got this baguette mold off of Amazon. There's different sizes. It fits perfectly on a sheet pan. You just kind of hold it on there. And I'm not gonna get the sheet pan grease. I'm just gonna grease our baguettes. I'm gonna grease them really, really well. Sometimes they stick. Make sure you get the sides as much as the bottom. And the trick here is to go pretty quickly. I forget how many this makes. Okay. this guy. Awesome. I want you to be able to see all of it. So we want to go quick when we start to scoop them in because we let it sit too long. It'll start to go through the holes and just kind of ooze out. We want it to stay pretty firm. So I'm going to do 4 of these scoops per. And I'm going to start on the outside. I might do 5. Yeah, let's do 5. Why not, right? So 5 flat 2-ounce scoops here. I love these. You could obviously use baguettes for anything you normally use it for. Crostinis, breakfast, eating it with cheese, charcuterie boards. You could make these more like a hot dog bun if you wanted to, a hoagie. And again, there are different shapes and sizes. So we're doing them from the outside in because we really want everything to bake evenly. All right, we're just gonna dump what we can into this. More like 4 scoops in this guy. So I will make sure we spread it well. So you could use your hands if you wanted to spread it. I'm just gonna gently use my spatula, make sure that it's even. You don't want the middle thicker than the outside. It's perfect. Oh, so satisfying. So this one will be a little thinner. Might get a little baked a little more, so maybe use it as crostinis or for toast. Could have done maybe 4.5 scoops in each one to make this a little more level. Ooh, yeah, they're rising good. That water was perfect. All right, cool. So we're not even gonna let these rise at all. We're just gonna go ahead and throw them in. Look how pretty they are. Nice, I'm gonna put it in my oven, preheated 350. We're gonna set those for about 15 minutes and then we're gonna check on them after that. All right, everybody, that timer is our baguettes that are ready. So we're gonna go ahead and pull those out. They look good, they look so good. Look at our baguettes. Oh, they're so cute. I can see if I can get one out. It's kind of hot right now, so I might have to do another clip once they're cool and bring them back. What is my hair doing? Oh, there we go. So these are just for me, so it's all good. Let's see. Gosh, that's a big boy. Here we go. We'll keep that pretty one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Whew, they're hot. Here, we'll do this. Out of that guy, and that'll kind of push them off of here. Ooh. Yeah, they're still pretty hot. Sometimes you gotta be really gentle when they're hot. Let's see. Those few spots that got stuck. Look at that. Oh, look at it, look at it. Oh, we have a baguette. We have a baguette. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of rip some of this off for you. Look at that. Perfect. Oh my gosh, so when this cools, you can make the best crostinis. You could probably turn the heat up if you want to do to 400, 425. I don't know, for like 3 to 5 minutes if you wanted a really crispy crust on the outside. I don't mind it being just like this, almost like a hoagie or a sandwich bread. So let's go ahead and give it a try. My kids are gonna love this. So perfect, so good. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you loved how easy it was. The molds are on Amazon, I think for $10 or less. I have about 5 of them, so I can make a lot at once. But so easy. I hope you all make this. Leave a comment. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you like it. You could add herbs. You could add nutritional yeast. You could add cheese if you wanted. So thank you guys so much for watching. I have cookies coming out here now, so I gotta grab those. But have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon.